let's get it chugging right along into Scoop Central. Chugga chugga scoop scoop. Chugga chugga scoop scoop. Oh my goodness. Whoops. Oh no. All right, yo. So first thing on the docket that we're going to be talking about in Scoop Central is The Batman 2. I am really excited to be talking about The Batman 2. I loved The Batman. That first movie was amazing. Definitely gave me a whole bunch of vibes that I wasn't prepared for. I wasn't ready for, but they were amazing. I locked in with the movie. Was it a long movie? Yes. Did I watch it more than once? Yes. When I watch it again, quadruple yes. I think the movie was great, fantastic, and just a wonderful way to spend my time watching it. Loved being able to see a year 2 Batman, and I just can't wait for what's next. And speaking of what's next, let's find that out. Two-Face is confirmed. Mike Beasley shared that there would be an Arkham TV series spinoff in which Two-Face would appear, and that was also confirmed, but canceled with the closing of the merger last year. That canceled Arkham show will be folded into the storyline for the sequel, and we will get Two-Face as one of the multiple villains. How does this sound to you guys? I definitely would like to know. This sounds pretty awesome to me, if I do say so myself. I think this sounds freaking incredible. Like I said, I love the Batman. I thought what we got from the first Batman was incredible, and I just want to know like what we could be getting next, possibly, and I have no idea what that could be. But this sounds incredible. Seeing Two-Face finally being put into the fray and getting that going. I know that Arkham show was going to be pretty dope. But just like the Gotham TV show that we were supposed to be getting on HBO Max, both of those shows have been folded into this one show that is centered around the Penguin, if I'm not... Oh, well, no, the Arkham show is folded into the storyline, of course, for the movie, like I just read. But as far as the show goes, the Gotham show is now folded into the Penguin show that we're getting instead now. So it's dope to see that even though, things are changing, they're staying very much the same and utilizing a lot of the things that were already going to be in play in the first place. I think Two-Face is amazing, by the way. I love Two-Face as a character. Always going to give you a lot of complex storytelling, a lot of different vibes, especially when they start from the point of showing us Harvey Dent first and building that relationship with Bruce, and then going into the whole Two-Face side of things. I think that's a really dope way to do it. But as we've seen so far for the Batman, it seems like the entire universe is already kind of there and created, and we're not looking into too many origin stories for characters or villains or anybody. Everyone's kind of there already. So I'm super hyped and interested in what's going to be going on with this, and I'm interested in knowing what you guys are looking forward to when it comes to Batman 2. All right. Two-Face, take my money. Take it. Yeah, bro, for real. I agree. I think, like I said, Two-Face is just such a compelling character to be able to utilize. And I think even under that 2 hours and 30-minute segments of, like, you know what I mean, of storytelling and Matt Reeves really getting able to build Gotham even more from the last time we saw it. Hopefully we get a little bit of a time jump from the last time we saw it. And just kind of be able to explore Gotham more as thoroughly as a city, and utilizing Harvey Dent to do it, and showing how Gotham actually corrupts Harvey Dent into becoming Two-Face. I think that would be freaking awesome way of telling the story. I think that would be an amazing way to stare at it. Like, I love it. The Batman was okay. I'm against actors who play superheroes but don't want to lift weights. Pattinson was too emo for me, and I disliked the reveal at the end, bringing Batman into the light. I could understand that. I know everyone had their pet peeves. I know a lot of people weren't. Like, I feel like the Batman was a great movie, but I don't feel like it was the I don't think it was Batman. Like, I want to see Batman. So I can't wait to. I that's why I'm really hyped for Batman Brave and the Bold, because I think that's gonna be like Batman. I don't think we've got any iteration of Batman that has been like really Batman for real, to be honest. And I'm hoping that we do get that from the DCU, and I'm actually pretty hyped to see what that'll look like. But you know, I know a lot of people were I actually people in my theater when I came out, they were saying the same thing. They were like, "Yo, what is up with that?" You know what I mean? Like, why did he look like a vampire and all this? And I'm like, in my eyes, bruh's year 2. You know what I mean? Like, bruh's year 2. He's not doing a lot of that other stuff. He's more brooding. He's being more of a vampiric. He's being more vampiric, vampire-like. He's being more vampire-like. He's not lifting weights, and it seems like he's not lifting weights because he's not working out, because he's just doing literal detective work and sleeping, and that's about it. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like he's doing anything else other than that, and I feel like that's a dope story element, and at the same time, I think that it's a little bit of a lazy story element, but I'm here for it, and I hope it changes for the next one, though. You know, I don't know if he's like refusing to ever work out ever, or if that was just for the first one. But I hope it's not that way for the second one. You know, apparently the Batman leads into Penguin, and Penguin leads into the Batman Part 2. Oh, I'm down for that. The little trailer that we got for the Penguin recently was fuego as well. Definitely appreciated that. So yeah, I'm here for that, man. I really think more movies should have shows that give us more of the world before we get to the next one. It just makes the most sense. You keep audiences wrapped into your world, you keep making money, and it's like, I don't understand. It's a win-win for all of us. I refuse to believe that little dude was beating up all of those people overnight and was just letting people shoot him instead of getting out of the way. But they can always self-correct with the second movie, so there's hope. Yeah, I mean, I feel you. You know, I feel you. I think that adds to the whole mysticism that surrounds Batman, because there is a type of mysticism that surrounds him. Because it's like, yo, how can he do all of this stuff? And usually the answer is because I'm Batman. You know, he's Batman, so he can do it. And I feel like that's kind of the way the movie took that, but it just took the normal trope of Batman and spun it to the opposite way. And I think that was actually, I think it worked creatively, you know what I mean? For the sake of the story and for the sake of how bruh was acting and everything. And like you said, I feel like it does leave, like, this is something, it's crazy because me and my brother were just talking about this earlier when I was showing him my book and stuff, is that when you're creating a story or when you're creating a world or a universe, you want to leave a lot of room for character development, right? So even though he seems like he was lacking in these elements, it may have been purposeful lacks on the writer's part to show flaws on his character's part, so that once he does start working out more and start doing things more, it shows that he's a healthier Batman in body and mind type of thing. You know what I mean? Because that was a big thing about the Batman, is that he wasn't healthy in body and mind, and that's why he was getting his ass whooped and losing. You know what I mean? Like, he's just fighting everyday regular dudes. Yeah, that's cool. But once he was fighting hella dudes, and they was whooping his ass and beating the shit out of him at the end of the movie. And I think that is due to him not taking it serious in training. He's only been at it for like 2 years. He's still young. You know what I mean? He almost lost Alfred because of a lot of his mistakes as well. So I think all of these L's that he took are just going to be lessons that make him even better when we get him in the next movie. At least I'm hoping. At least that's what I'm hoping for. He's not a little dude. Bruh's literally 6 foot. He could take any of us down. Yeah, facts. Yeah, bruh. Bruh had you fight anybody 6 foot in a metal suit, he whooping everybody ass, period. There is no taking him down unless you got a suit on par with his or a friggin' bazooka or some shit. You know what I mean? The Penguin was amazing in Batman. He was one of the best characters in the movie. Couldn't believe it was Colin Farrell. Catwoman was good too. Yeah, I agree. I couldn't believe it was Colin Farrell either. He did such a fantastic job, and I'm so happy that we're going to get more of the Penguin in the form of that show. And that little snippet that we did see from the Penguin looked incredible. It looks like they're really going to be putting a lot of that same love and care into the show as they did for the movie, and that is just something that I am all the way here for. 10 billion%. 10 billion%. All right. So that is it for that scoop covering the Batman, and we're going to just keep chugging right along into the next one, and our next scoop is regarding Supergirl. Our last Supergirl update, Mike Beasley shared that Sasha Cale would return for the Flash sequel, and her solo film should that happen, and Gunn would cast his own Supergirl for DCU. That has changed, yo. That has changed, apparently. As of right now, Sasha Cale is also Gunn's DCU Supergirl. The studio loves her and her performance in The Flash, and feel she could be a beloved character coming out of this film. There's also another person for this optics. I'm going to get real with you all here, as my source did with me. Think about what would happen if this Flash film is successful and then you recast a Latina and replace her with a white, blonde, blue-eyed woman. Granted, it's comic accurate. Do you think the casual movie goers would be okay with that, especially after the Leslie Grace Batgirl debacle and the label that was placed on Zaslav in DC for that situation? Absolutely not. They don't want none of that. So unless this Flash film absolutely tanks, Sasha Cale will be both Elseworlds and main canon Supergirl, just playing a different version of herself for both universes, which is honestly right up DC's alley. This is insane, bro. This is insane. And I'm not going to lie, I think this was a little bit out of order as far as the scoops go today. But, yo, crazy, right? Like, this is crazy. This is insane. I would actually really love to see Sasha Cale be the Supergirl in James Gunn's DCU, right? But at the same time, you know? At the same time, though, this is definitely going to be very confusing for her playing the same person, but not the same person on both Elseworlds and DCU content. Am I here for it, though? Yes, because I think Sasha Cale did a good job, and honestly, I'm kind of furious that we didn't get to see more of her in The Flash. I think we kind of got played out of seeing Supergirl in The Flash, no cap, but what we did see from her, I loved it, and I would love more. I mean, Mike does make a really good point here. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, replacing a Latina with the blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl. That's not gonna that's not going over well with the generals, with the normies. That's not something that's going good with the normies. But I think keeping her as both is a really interesting choice to do as well. So I'm definitely interested in knowing what's going to happen with that and why. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we really going to be doing here when it comes to Supergirl? I kind of did want the more comic accurate one, and I don't know why it would be an issue because you're not really replacing her, because the Elseworlds is just going to be Elseworlds, so it's still going to be happening. It's just going to be Elseworlds content now, But hey, I digress. It is what it is. Unfortunate. Definitely let me know how you guys feel about that. Speak for yourself. 6 feet to 120 pounds doesn't scare me. Bro, 6 feet and 120 pounds is not a lot, but 6 foot, 120 pounds in a metal freaking suit, wearing a Batman suit, G, that's just metal, and you shoot at that man, and it don't stop him, and he just keep walking towards you. I don't care who you are, bro. I'm sorry. That's putting a little. That is gonna put a little snake in your boot, 100%, bro. 100%. What? And bro is just walking towards you, and you just blah, just shoot him, and he just boom. He hits his knee. He look up at you. He stand back up and just keep walking towards you. Oh yeah, bro. He whooping your ass for surely now. You just gotta keep shooting. You can't. What you gonna do? Just stop shooting and just start punching him? You telling me that you see a dude walking up to you in a metal suit and your first thought is going to be to punch him? Bruh, okay. Let's see how that goes over. I don't know. You may have not punched metal before, but I have. That shit hurts. And I have no wish to do it again. I like that they changed Supergirl's look and character to make her more respected. However, the Flash is tanking as we speak. So, yeah, it is tanking, but it also depends on what they look as tanking when they have movies that have been tanking. You know what I mean? Is making your money back tanking? Probably not for them. Making their money back is the least they can do. Are they going to do that? Who knows? Personally, her and Michael Keaton were the best parts in The Flash, but in my opinion... Yeah. No. I loved Michael Keaton and I loved her too. I just wish we got more from her. I feel like we got robbed from Sasha Cale. For real. I feel like we could have had so much more of her. I don't know why we didn't have more of her, but we could have had so much more of Sasha. Kind of baffling that we didn't. We got a good amount of Batman, though. You know, we got a good amount of Batman, and I was down for that. I love me some Batman, and I really can't wait to see what's going to be happening with Batman in the DCU. And, you know, in Brave and the Bold, Batman is supposed to be having a son, and his son is going to be the Robin. So all that has to mean one thing. That has to mean that Nightwing is going to exist then, because if Batman's son is Robin, that means we've already had Robin become Nightwing, and no doubt we've already went through Jason Todd and maybe even Red Hood. We might be going through Red Hood right now when we meet them, but you know, who knows? But speaking of Nightwing, Nightwing is the next name on the Scoop docket. Let's get into it. This film has been in development purgatory almost as long as the Superman film. Before Gunn was hired, I shared it was on the table under Chris McKay. Mike Beasley says, this film is still on the table, though it's not in active development yet. A Nightwing film is 100% part of Gunn's slate. Gunn's Brave and the Bold film, as I've shared, is a Bat family film, and Nightwing will be in that film, with his own spinning off from it. So, not in active development, but on the table to begin soon. Rejoice, Grayson fans. And there's going to be more to come. I am hype for some Nightwing, yo. I love Nightwing. I love Grayson. I think Grayson's amazing. And I think getting this Nightwing movie will be fire, bro. And I'm really interested in who they want to choose as Nightwing. Nicholas Hoult, it was actually my choice for Nightwing. No cap. I would love to see Nicholas Hoult be Nightwing. David be Superman. I don't know who I want as Batman yet. But I would love to see that. And while we're at it, let's just throw Leslie back in there as Batgirl for the DCU and just fold those movies over. You know what I mean? Like, just make that universe into what we were gonna do over here. We're gonna have the Bat fam anyway. We already got a bat suit for a woman. She's black. Throw all, you know what I mean? Throw all of those things in the pot. Throw it all in the pot and make it happen. I'm down for that, 100%. I think that Nightwing is someone that is slept on within comics a little bit, but people that love Nightwing, and they love him, and they love him. You know what I mean? People that love him love him. They're hype. They're ready for it. They're excited. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. Let me know how you feeling about Nightwing in the DCU. And with that, let's move on to the next thing on the docket. And that is The Flash 2. So we were actually supposed to read this one before we went into the Supergirl thing, but it's okay. So we'll go through this and just remember those Supergirl things that we just talked about as well. The future of this movie solely depends on the box office turnout. I mentioned to you last year that if the movie does well, as long as Ezra doesn't get into any more trouble, they will be the Flash for this. They will be the Flash for this foreseeable future. Andy Muschietti has confirmed that, and Mike Beasley's given us early plans for the sequel. But things have slightly changed since there is a new structure in place. As mentioned in the last update about Flash, it will be an Elseworlds project, meaning DeLuca and Andy will be the ones to take charge. They are ready to greenlight this film right now. Some more details here. They would definitely bring back Sasha Cale, Keaton, and Affleck for the sequel. So we would essentially have two Supergirls. One would just be Elseworlds, while the other would exist in James Gunn's DCU. Flash would be the connective thread, as he would be able to cross over from DCU and Elseworlds into the DCU, appear in those projects as well. Are you ready for more Batflick? Because I know I am. The sequel would also be the setup for Batman Beyond, with Michael Keaton teaming back up with Tim Burton. The potential success of the Flash film will bring back old ideas before the change of structure, which would serve as a concurrent backup plan should Gunn's DCU not hit the mark. And I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I think Gunn's DCU is gonna hit. I'm not gonna lie about that. I think it's gonna hit, but I think that this Elseworlds content will also hit. I just think it's gonna be really funny when people like get the Elseworlds content and then it's not Zack Snyder doing everything the same way it wasn't Zack Snyder doing everything before. I really want to know how that's gonna go over. You know what I mean? Like, imagine they sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. They do all of this stuff, but Snyder still doesn't really do anything with it the same way. I don't know, man. You got him doing his own universe over there already. Is he probably hyped to do it? Hell yeah. Will he probably input on creatively? Hell yeah. I think Zack Snyder, if they do this Elseworlds thing, he should be like the Kevin Feige guy. You know what I mean? And really help them get that world all together overall. And if this does happen, if Snyderverse is sold to Netflix and they pick it up and all of that, and then the fans are still mad at the stuff that happens, like, what do we do at that point? You know what I mean? Like I've been saying, I'm a little nervous that DC might be a ruined commodity at this point. I'm hoping it's not, but I think it may be possible. And that may be one of the reasons why we will never see another one of the movies connected to this Snyderverse in theaters, because of the proverbial fandom and how psychotic things have become. But who knows? I honestly think the Flash 2 would be a W. I hope we actually do get to see this. I love the Elseworlds stuff that's supposed to be happening. It all sounds like a major dub, no cap. And you know, I want to see Batflick return. I definitely am interested in that Batman Beyond thing. I want to hear how you guys feel about that, about all that stuff that we just talked about. You know what I mean? Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below when it comes to all of that. While we move right along to Superman, Red Suns, and some of the other Elseworlds lineup we may see. That's right, Superman, Red Sun. You see it right. A film that is still in the plans for Elseworlds. Mike first shared this back in 2020, and not much has changed in regard to this film. DeLuca and Andy still would want Henry Cavill to play the role, and it's Cavill's favorite Superman story. No negotiations have been made as of yet, but they will test the waters with him. The Elseworlds lineup would be Joker 2, Constantine 2, Superman Red Son, The Flash 2, and Batman Beyond. I think this sounds insane for an Elseworlds lineup. I am here for all of it. I am really interested in everything. It seems like Andy and Peter, I believe. Andy and Peter are the ones that would be in charge of all of the DeLuca, my bad. Mike DeLuca and Andy Muschietti would be the ones that are in the basically control of this Elseworlds Snyderverse stuff that would be going to going over to Netflix. And I'm just interested in knowing how much of, like I was just saying, how much will Zack Snyder be involved in these things, in the things that are happening? Like, is he going to be a big involvement in it or not? Because right now it's looking a lot like not, just from a lot of the things that we're hearing. But he may come back, like I said, and be like a Kevin Feige type of character, to where he's giving his thoughts and letting them know the direction that the universe needs to be going in and making sure it's happening. But as far as even directing any of these movies, I don't know. Maybe if we do get another Justice League movie, maybe he'll come back and direct those big ones, and then just let Andy and whoever else do the smaller ones. But I don't know. I mean, who knows? I would love to see what's going, all this stuff come to Netflix, though. I honestly think Netflix and or Prime would be the best place for Snyderverse. It's unfortunate that's what that means, but I don't think Snyder fans show up to theaters enough for the Snyder stuff to, be in the theaters. I think that WB will cancel it a lot faster if it's in theaters, because I don't feel like Snyder fans are going to show up for whatever reason, and yeah, man, I think just getting into the Elseworld stuff is a vibe to get into, and I'm here for all of that. Definitely can't wait to see what happens, though. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's get on to our last scoop of the day, and that is regarding the man, the boy, the boy man, Zachary Levi, yo. So Mike starts off with Levi is 100% finished as Shazam, and I don't imagine anyone being surprised by that. But it's not the end of him in DC films. There have been 2 roles in discussion for him to return as. One being the voice of Krypto in Superman Legacy. Yes, Krypto will talk. We should know about that already. We've talked about it. Or Ted Kord, a.k.a. the original Blue Beetle. This would also include him being in the Blue and Gold project being planned with Chris Pratt presumably as Booster Gold. Ted Kord will not appear physically in the Blue Beetle movie, but he will be referenced and maybe even mentioned, since his wife is one of the villains in the film. How is Levi still employed? Easy. He and Peter Safran are really close friends. They're going full-blown nepotism over there. And guess what? I'm here for every freaking ounce of it. I am here for every single ounce of it, yo. I'm not gonna lie. I'm here for all of it. It all sounds good. It all sounds like a good idea. It all sounds like a wonderful plan, because of many reasons. Because one, that means they can cut back on paying them some money, and they can use more money for things that it needs to be used for, right? If I get all of my friends together to make a movie, guess what? I'm not paying y'all. No, I'm just playing. But they're not going to get paid the same amount of something that's, you know what I mean? Because they're my friends and they know that I need to kind of get this movie made, and maybe they'll get some royalties on the movie instead of getting paid up front for the movie. And that's how a lot of things in partnerships and relationships are built, off of deals like that of, you know, I can't do this, but, you know, I got you for this and that, you know? So I'm here for it. I'm down for it. I think it's a really good idea for them to, you know, use Zachary Levi in one of these ways, either as Ted. I think Ted Cord is more of my go for it, rather than hearing his voice as Crypto the Superdog. I don't think I want that at all, to be honest. Like, not even a little bit. You know? So yeah. But I would love to hear how you guys feel about all of the amazing scoops that we just covered in Scoop Central today. Let's see how you guys are feeling about all the different things we were talking about. I want to see The Flash because of Michael Keaton and Sasha Cale. Probably wait until it hits streaming though. Sheesh, that movie is amazing. I think you should check it out. But hey, I feel you. I would like to see Karen Gillian, who plays Nebula, as Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl. Yeah, that would be pretty dope. I would like to write and direct a Supergirl with Sasha as an Elseworlds standalone story set after The Flash. And the villain for my Supergirl film would be Brainiac, and have a little cameo of Michael Keaton or Ben Affleck. Yeah, that sounds dope. I think Cavill makes the most sense for Red Sun. Hyped to see that if it happens. I agree. Red Sun would be better for Max or Netflix. Yeah, I think Netflix will get most of the Elseworlds properties, but I know it's not outside of the realm of possibility for these projects to get sold to other platforms as well. So just be ready to see that kind of possibly happen. The title would be Supergirl Eternal War. That's pretty dope. The ending will be a bunch of heroes helping her fight Brainiac and his army in the final battle. That would also be dope. Yeah, man, I think a lot of that shit would be raw. I'm really interested in knowing what they're going to do with basically everything when it comes to the DCU, the DCEU, Elseworlds, etc., etc., etc. I really want to know what is that all going to look like the further we get within the stories. Within all of these stories, you know what I mean? But with all that being said, I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in and vibing with me on today's episode of Marvel Bros. It has indeed been a marvelous Monday, and I've been having a fantastic time. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you guys haven't already, make sure you follow Marvel Bros on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all the latest news, movie reviews, and content that we post every single day. And you can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on whatever particular thing I may be particularly partaking in that particular time. You feel me? We like to nerd out in the Discord and talk about a lot of other things. Like I said, tune in tomorrow. We're going to have our watch party and review for episode 2 of Secret Invasion. I am hyped and pumped for that. Can't wait. Get ready. Get pumped. Get turned. And yeah, man, I'm definitely going to try and cut this live up and post it as separate stuff. We're going to do that reaction for new rock stars as well. So yeah, get ready. I'm pumped, you guys. So I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of this nerdy content that we've been discussing today. And I definitely appreciate each one of you guys for tuning in and vibing with me. If you haven't dropped a like on the stream, make sure you do that. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you join that. And I will be watching all of the Indiana Jones movies, putting out reviews and stuff like that. So follow me on TikTok so you can do all of those things. And yeah, definitely appreciate you guys. Hope everybody has a fantastic day. As I always say, stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget to stay marvelous. Excelsior.
If you guys would like to support Marvel Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com. I'm buy some merch, represent the superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.
On today's pop culture news update.
On today's pop culture news update,